Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and L, without whom we won't be able to do nearly as much of things we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pokemon Aftershocks, the Pokemon Tabletop United game we are running here on Final Show Films. I am Julia of the Zodiac System, and I will be your GM for the evening. I am so glad to be back. It's been a couple months between sickness, children, and the world blowing up in the US.
And
We've had to
also,
take a break.
we had a change of cast. So
Yes, we
more
also had a
specifically,
change in cast. That kept us from running for a little bit. But now we're back and we're going to try this again. So we are going to start our introductions tonight with Yare.
Hi, I'm Yare, and I'm playing Annabella Hawthorne, the anxious researcher, and I've been here the whole time.
don't lie to me.
You're not Sam Reich.
Or am I?
Oh no.
If you are, I
And
have questions
Sen.
about why our budget is so small.
Yeah, fix it.
Game Changer is getting really ambitious, I'm sorry.
I'm Sen, and I'm recovering from a sinus infection, hence my voice being as deep as it is now. And I am playing Kisakiso, the Pokemon Ranger.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack, and I only half expected you to introduce this game as Pokemon Snap. I'm playing Ramon. Oh, he does have a last name. I'm playing Ramon Alvarez, who is the overwhelmed gay Pokeball deck.
I don't think
And
there's enough space on the overlay for that.
I
no,
love
but we
how
appreciate
I
it.
have so many intros for this.
I updated the overlay to be accurate to the thing you say, and then you just added
Why?
more stuff to it.
Why would you do that? I have never said the same thing twice for this character. Why would you do that? You're setting yourself up for failure.
Because I'm a dumb, obviously.
No, drink water. And Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I keep trying to tell you I've been here the whole time. Um, uh, I'm playing Gray Snap. Do I need to say more stuff?
The Wayward
Yes.
Chronicler.
Yeah.
Wayward Chronicler,
There you go.
guy who took the third Pokeball.
You can stop now.
Oh,
I love that as a summary.
Yeah, it's so funny.
it's it's so good to be back.
It feels great.
And as always, our usual callouts: Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, believe victim, believe women. And that's where we're stopping from now on. No longer doing our usual callouts and fuck yous.
Though they all still
The
apply.
wrong tone.
It really
Trying to
is.
set a better tone.
Yes. Monday nights we've started doing positive news stories
Oh, I love
for the
that.
week.
Love that.
So that might be migrating over here as well. But
I'll take that, yeah.
give me 30 seconds.
I mean, you don't have to right now. Let's get into the thing we haven't done in 2
Okay.
months.
You know what? Completely fair. So, as a refresher for everyone, previously in the Hoenn region, our trainers found themselves in the company of the Eon duo at their hidden base, working to eliminate the kill switch that had been implanted in Owie's sister. Their unexpected induction into the International Pokemon Defense League, orchestrated by Professor Oak, was met with considerable resistance from many involved. Among them was Ramon, who expressed his displeasure with the professor in no uncertain terms.
And was
Meanwhile,
most of them involved.
Yeah, you voiced most of them. Meanwhile, the Eon Dew managed to successfully erase the remnants of Courtney's psychic influence, which had inexplicably hindered Owie's ability to harness aura. Utilizing the newly established network of the International Pokemon Defense League, So took the initiative to issue an all-points bulletin regarding Mew, Cresselia, and Darkrai. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation when a phone call interrupted their discussions, followed by an unexpected visitor, Darkrai himself. Arriving at their secret base, the moment marked a pivotal moment in a pivotal point in their quest, as Darkrai inquired, "What has one of my erstwhile kin been up to that you need my help?" And that's where we're picking up today, as that sentence is said.
Well, So says, taking a moment to gather himself in front of the individual that's in front of them. Recently, the organization Team Magma has begun operating again in the region, and the current head of the organization, whose name I, the player, can't remember anymore,
Courtney.
Courtney, seems to have been has been utilizing powers that seem to match up with Hoopa's teleportation abilities, and has also been employing additional other psionic abilities that have been doing things like gestures. I gesture towards, not because she's not here right now, but towards the kitchen, or toward the area where we had been dealing with Aoi. What was the actual effect of the that we determined it was going to be? It was like just like a
It was a kill
It was a
switch.
kill switch, yeah.
Mhm.
Implanting psionic kill switches inside members of the team that have been recruited against their will, and trying to figure out a way to dealing with just one took all of the Eon Duo's ability to manipulate their own psionic powers. We were hoping that someone whose abilities either more closely align with Hoopa's or are more directly opposed to Hoopa's axiomatically might be able to offer guidance or assistance on dealing with that, because we've got a lot of people that we need to undo that on.
He sits, takes that in for a moment. His eyes glide across the three of you. So what do you intend to do about it?
I've already had my panic attack, so
Well, at the moment,
I could do another one.
We're currently, and like Annabella is very kind of purposeful with her words, trying to make sure she doesn't have another panic attack mid-sentence. Um, we were in the middle of discussing exactly our next steps.
I want to try to sensing, because I can see aura, sensing the panic that is rising in my two allies currently. I'm going to try to just emanate an aura of calm like I did with Aoi earlier, and see if I can help both of them retain their calm.
Yeah. It remind me it's focus that you roll for it's intuition you roll for your stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Focus is Annabella.
Focus is smarts. Intuition is wisdom.
Yeah, focus is Annabella's telekinesis. Yes. Correct. Maniac stuff is a cult.
21.
Anyway.
Okay. Reminder to set your rolls to public.
No, was it not public? Oh yeah.
No, that's private.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Just,
I believe you.
It's 21.
Okay. Yeah, so the two of you, I mean, Annabella is actively fighting panic attack. I don't know if Ramon is just in the I have no emotions right now moment. Okay, yeah. So Ramon, you suddenly start feeling calm. And Annabella, that anxiety that you're barely beating off with every stick you've got, it has backed down just a bit.
The idea has been floated that we should go insert ourselves into their base and take a head-on approach. I think that's a terrible idea and have no other ideas.
The way that she's operating the Team Magma right now means that all the people that have had this done to them, at least that we need to get out of there, that's most likely have had this done to them, are on an ever-shifting schedule, so they're not always at the same space at once. And it seems that she's using Hoopa's teleportation abilities to shuffle people around. So the only real feasible idea that we have, at least thus far, is infiltrating Team Magma, attempting to hide. I look over at Annabella. Those of us that have psychic capabilities from her ability to sense them, and try to locate the people that need rescuing and get them out as best we can to a spot where hopefully someone can assist in removing the curse that's been placed on them. The problem is that, again, removing it from one person took everything that both Latios and Latias had, so that's going to be difficult for more than one person. And then also, we have no idea how to hide psionic power from another psionic.
That one is easier than attempting to take an entire fleet of enemies at once. There are two options. There's a mirror, supposedly, that can be worn around the neck that exists in Mount Pyre. It's a broken and blackened mirror called the Mirror of the Void. Supposedly. Hidden amongst the gravestones. That, and he will reach up and rip the scarf off of his neck. This.
Since Annabella's an occult researcher and from Lily Cove, can she roll occult ed to see if she recognizes the name Mirror of the
Yeah.
Void?
Yeah, of course.
Is he just holding the scarf up, or is he holding it out towards someone?
That is a 25.
He's just holding it up at the current moment.
Yeah, that is a 25.
25. You are very well versed in this bit of urban legend, supposedly either buried or depending on the version of the urban legend that's told, it's either buried amongst the gravestones, hidden amongst the gravestones, or is just teleporting randomly around the entirety of Mount Pyre. A small 4x4-inch blackened and cracked mirror that supposedly not only hides the wearer from any form of detection, but will not let their spirit be seen by the other side until they pass.
I've definitely heard of that, and if the stories of what it's capable of is true, it would definitely help. It's just a matter of finding it. It's conflicting stories about how to find it, and none of them are particularly easy.
Oh, also, Eric, if you haven't already, you should go to the playlists section of your Foundry and turn the user volume controls music down to like 10%.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're about to get
I see it.
blown out.
Playlist. Okay.
Yeah, Foundry is loud.
Take music and turn it down.
Yep.
Yeah, turn it down to like 10.
Turn it down by
automatically
10 or
goes in
to
at
10?
way
To
too
10.
loud, and you don't want to be blasted by that. And then once
set
it's
it,
playing, you can bump it up.
yeah, set it to around 10 or 15 to start with.
It was 63 and it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If it works for you,
I'm
I
not
guess.
hearing it through this because I've got that on a
Ah.
different device.
That's fair. You also want to make sure it's not so loud that we're picking it up through your mic. But
Right. Well, tell me if you are, but
Cool.
I'll figure it out. Thank you.
Does this seem like something that is more or less impossible than rescuing an entire base full of bomb brains and then saving them?
I think that was just the hiding someone from psionic detection part.
No, I think she was talking about finding the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Ramon wants to know if that sounds more or less impossible than just what we were already planning to do anyway.
I mean, I trust our abilities to actually save them if we have the right protections, and this would give the correct protection. It's just a matter of...
Did we have a plan for how to disarm them other than that was different than Latios Matias?
That's why we're asking.
Okay.
That's why I sent the out of character. That's why I sent the request about like Mew and
That's-
other powerful
That's
psychic
That's what we're hoping to
legendaries.
get right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, are you willing to let us use your scarf?
I wouldn't want to assume, but that was going to be my next question.
He'll turn to you, sort of look you up and down, and then offer the hand that does not have the scarf
Towards who?
towards Annabella.
He's definitely going to need a statement piece. This whole outfit he's got going on really depends on that splash of color.
Your hand, please.
Definitely shaking, but places the hand in.
What is Annabella's greatest fear?
Oh, Christ.
Delve into the psychology.
Yeah, it's not living up to her parents. It's her parents are her, like, everything she's worked towards is because of her parents, and she wants to be as respected as them in her field, and failing that would be she'd have nothing.
So, when your hand touches his, you are suddenly sitting in a chair in what's very obvious to you, a university hallway. And the paper you're holding in your hand that you're just now realizing is tear-stained is the refusal of your dissertation.
Her eyes just widen, and there's just that sharp exhale.
And you very loudly hear, but do not see your mother say, "What a disappointment." And then you hear your father say, "I thought she was as smart as us." And you start hearing whispers of different family members discussing you. And it just continues to needle and pick.
Does the aura of calm that I'm emitting help at all, by the way?
No.
Cool.
Not in this
I
instance.
figured it'd get overridden by a legendary, but, just,
Yeah.
You gotta ask.
gotta
Slight
ask.
follow-up question. This is just your aura stuff. This isn't the because I have a capability that blocks a certain mind calming effect. You are not using the effect of the ability Gentle Vibe, right? This is a different
No,
thing.
no. This is
Okay,
This
then
is just...
Mind Block does not affect that.
Does Mind Lock affect Gentle Vibe? I thought it only affects psychic
Mind Block
abilities.
is Gentle Vibe is one of the ones listed
Oh,
specifically.
nice.
I cannot have my emotions calmed by Gentle Vibe.
Yeah, no. This is just me emitting a
Too
calming
anxious.
aura to help people calm down, not actively forcing you to be calm.
Yeah.
I love that you can't be manipulated by Xanax magic.
Yeah, because one of the things you can get Gentle Vibe
Treatment-resistant
from, I looked it
anxiety.
up, is Telepath, the class.
I see, yeah.
It comes under Telepath, yeah.
But as these continue to needle you, there is a voice that calls to you, a young very young voice, and you blink and open your eyes, and you see yourself at the age of 5. And she's just sort of looking at you with her head turned. And she walks over and she looks down at the paper. Mom always says just because you fail the first time doesn't mean you can't try again. And when she says that, everything quiets.
Yeah. You're right. I can. This isn't total failure. Just a setback.
Science isn't always right the first time.
Yeah.
And she just reaches out and grips your hand. And when she does, you're standing back in the secret base.
Yeah, just that, again, sharp exhale of just eyes widen, just stunned, silent, and still for a solid 5 seconds.
And he will turn completely to face you instead of halfway this time and just drop the scarf into your hand. It's cold to the touch. And it feels alien. Like if you were to try and probe this with psychic energy, it would just sort of skate off and fly
Yeah.
around it. So it feels really weird in your hands.
Yeah. Just gonna run the hand down it and just to get a feel for it. Just no, thank you. This is extremely kind of you. I imagine you'd want this back.
When you're done. Yes.
She just slowly puts it on, just kind of wraps it around. Have you seen the platinum sprite for Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
It just worn very much that way. If you haven't, it's the best. It's one of my favorite sprites in Pokemon.
That will at least help with detection. I don't know how well it will help in every other part of your plan, but Courtney won't know who you are from Adam.
That's helpful, at least. The rest is just down to me, which we'll take that as it goes.
But the others... somebody had said that they had... we had gotten a response back that somebody had seen Muse somewhere. Do you... do you remember where that was? Because that's where the Eon duo went.
Wasn't it the mountain in between Johto and Kanto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah.
Mount Silver.
The Eon duo went to Mount Silver to see if they could find Mew. Do you know where Cresselia is?
Yes. Oh, you wanted to talk to her.
She might be able to help with the brain bombs, yeah.
A moment. And he'll take a step back away from everybody and then just vanish.
Waiting. Looking at the other two. Actually, not waiting, looking at the other two and like, you guys okay?
I would be okay if we didn't meet up with any more legendaries ever.
I got
At
real
least
bad news
Cresselia
for
is-
you.
At least Cresselia is said to be benevolent.
I mean,
Fair.
I understand it. There's a lot right now, and motions just still one hand on Crowley in her lap, and the other hand like still kind of clutching the scarf. It's like it's a lot right now.
2 was cool, but I think that was just me being greedy. I am ready to repent. Point me out of church.
This is obviously happening because Ramon has angered the gods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is a
Obviously,
knock
it's just-
on your secret base door.
Well, here's 4.
Ramon will open the door.
Eric, would you describe your character, please?
Physically or
Physically.
Yes, what does Ramon see when he opens the door?
Okay. See a fellow with very light hair, sunglasses. I don't even know what the lighting is like in here. He's got sunglasses on.
He strikes me as the kind of person that wears sunglasses no matter what time of day it is.
Tank top and a messenger bag.
I
Um,
was stopping myself, Jack.
Wait. Oh.
Sunglasses at night.
Tank top and a messenger bag. And leafy petally tattoo on his right shoulder. Hey, is there a sign-up sheet?
You are not Cresselia, and I am so okay with that. And Ramon just turns around, leaving the door wide open for you, and
Hello,
walks
sentences
back
with
to
no
the
context.
You are not Cresselia. Yes.
Correct.
Thank you.
I will look like lean
Glad
around
to have made a good impression.
the corner and look where Ramon just walked from. Hello?
Hey, yeah, is there a sign-up sheet? I got the group text.
Sign up sheet for what?
The message
heard
you
folks-
sent out, I imagine.
Folks needed some help.
Why
Did we
would
actually-
you sign up?
Did we actually ask people to sign up? I don't remember.
You asked for
We
help. We asked for
offered
help.
them information.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like, do I need to put my info down? Because, like, I don't know where to register or.
Come in. Come inside. Come inside.
Okay, I'll walk in the door.
Close the door.
Mhm.
All right. Let's start from the top. I'm
Yeah.
Kisuki So. I'm a Pokemon Ranger. I take it that you were included in that big group text that Professor Oak set up.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Who are you?
Oh yeah, my name's Gray. I and I thought it's time to onwards and upwards, you know. I want to help any way I can. I know this is important.
What is your
So-
what is Gray's emotional state right now? Because I'm looking at his aura.
Let's see. Inquisitive, maybe a little apprehensive, but maybe more out of a shy situation than like fear of what's going on. It's like, okay, trying to. This is new.
Talking to strangers right now. That's
yeah,
scary.
talking to strangers.
I'm facing the end of the world right now. That's scary.
Yeah, but hopeful.
All right. I wasn't expecting someone to actually come to our door. How did you find How did you find us?
The text message I already told you.
We did not give a location or anything like that in that text message.
Yeah, but I know the professor.
This is the least of my concerns right now.
So Eric, what
Yes.
you were told is
Yes.
So
Remind
the
me.
events that happened on your side of things.
Okay.
You decided that you wanted involved with this thing. You reached out to Professor Oak, said, "Hey, I want to help." He said, "Hold on, let me give you location information." And after 5 minutes, he just sent back longitude and latitude coordinates for you to show up at.
Huh.
And that was here.
Yeah. So he said to come
looked at the
here.
metadata of our secret base. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I sent the professor a couple of messages. He said to come here. I came here. So do I need to like sign in? Is he here? Do I need to talk to him? Like, how do I?
If he was here, he wouldn't be anymore.
Why? Why did he think just giving out our location data to someone was a good idea? How?
He trusts me.
I mean, that's a solid start at least.
I mean,
there's no sign up sheet. No, we're just sort of doing the best we can.
okay.
What do you do, Gray?
Well, I take out a video camera. I document things for posterity. But
yes, my death will be on camera.
Ramon
does not. Ramon is slightly facetious about this.
Slightly.
Slightly?
Is that decently clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. If and when the time comes, I guess.
So you're.
But
you're
I've got my
documenting.
crew here, and I hold up I hold out some Pokeballs and put them back in my messenger bag. I got my crew here, so I can help.
Oh yeah. Also, for your
I can
edification,
make some connections.
for your edification, our secret base is I don't know if we've actually nailed down exactly what it looks like, but
There was a map.
was there a map?
Yeah, Raven made one.
Oh yeah.
You and Raven made one with all the rooms.
I think we both made one, but yeah, it's like sort of a large open floor plan kind of thing.
Okay.
But there is just a bunch of Pokemon wandering around like in the background, just chilling, not in Pokeballs at all.
If it weren't for the other ones, you would have a hint that it were haunted with like 6 different ghost types, I think.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there are several ghost types, but there's also like Charmeleon, Blaziken, not Blaziken, Combuskin, Lucario, a whole bunch of things. We should probably
The
describe
ghost Pokemon?
we should probably describe what we look like to Eric as well. Now that I think about
Yes, also
That is
that.
It was a great idea.
it. So the person that you're talking to right now, stands about 6 feet tall, and pull up this thing real quick. He's very clearly wearing a uniform of Pokemon Rangers. Is identifiable as Pokemon Ranger uniform. He is he has so the red jacket, the black and yellow tunic. One sleeve has been damaged and torn off. and so you can see a fairly intricately detailed tattoo going down his left bicep, ending in, and underneath a large metal like bracer that is on his left hand. On his right hand, there is the another iconic piece of tech from Pokemon Rangers, a capture styler, which is this sort of like large computer device on his right arm. He has, not part of his standard uniform, a large blue like sort of side hip cape, I guess is what it would be called, that has the design of the Diamond Clan of Sinnoh on it, and his hair is this blue ombre. It's like it starts really dark blue at the roots and then lightens to white at the tips as it goes, and at first glance seeming just resting on his back, but then at second glance actually hovering behind his back are a pair of katana, one smaller than the other, both of which are identifiable as some sort of unique regional variant of a doublade. And then a bunch of Pokemon behind him, and he otherwise just scars and 5 o'clock shadow, and a look on his face of, I am doing my best to stay calm so that other people don't freak out.
In one of the chairs at the breakfast table that is dotted with various mugs and things, sat with a Grievard on her lap. About 5'5", long, dark purple hair. Effectively down to her mid-back. Big, like, shawl-esque coat in effectively the same color. Bracelets and rings and bangles, with various gemstones inlaid into them. With the main noticeable one being apart from the scarf, the big red scarf that is around. I'm assuming it's in red, because okay, scarf. A necklace with a half gem, like a roughly cut gemstone, like roughly cut half of a spherical gemstone in various like pastel-y colors. I don't know how much Magic Gray would know about the Mega phenomenon from being from the region he's from.
You can give me a Pokemon education roll. Great.
Ooh, I can make a first roll.
I put my
How do I roll?
I put mine and Annabella's characters into the Slack channel.
Thank
as
you.
well.
I've been desperately trying to find the picture.
The very first page that it opens to when you open your character sheet.
Yeah.
All the way on the right it says dice, and you just click the number.
Do you want me to add the new
Click the
scarf
die-shaped
to the
thing?
mini?
Yeah.
Make it a public roll.
Yep. So basically how it works is whatever rank you have in that skill, you roll that many d6.
Okay.
But obviously it doesn't
Not a
roll.
lot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I just click it and then I press the roll button.
And then submit.
Then
submit.
you press all the buttons.
Do all the confirmations that'll pop up in the middle of your screen.
Okay.
Mostly they're
There we go.
A 9.
Where
Most
do
of
I
the time they're not important.
in the chat?
It rolled. We're good.
So you're aware of megas.
Mm-hmm.
You don't recognize that megastone.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just looks like a bit of a half
Oh,
necklace
pretty!
that's being like chipped
Yeah.
in half, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And for Eric's edification, I'm putting all the character art portraits in Slack so you can see them.
Yeah.
In
Forever's
Slack,
thing in her
okay.
hand is a friend ball. Because you can only do so much for Pokeballs in
Hero Horde.
Hero Forge.
Yeah.
Right now. They'll get better, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just it's meant to be a friend ball.
One's got a couple.
God damn it.
Speaking of Ramon, would you just like to describe Ramon for Eric?
He's sitting in another one of the chairs at the table, just absolutely slumped back. Olive skin, black hair. He's got a lot of piercings, mostly on his eyebrows. And he's wearing hearing aids in his ears. He's got a greasy fucking wife beater style tank top. That he wears under he's got a hoodie on top of it. Red, white, and blue coloring. And he has a red streak in his hair. And he looks absolutely done with everything.
Trying to remember which
Some
one
of the
these ones are
chaos
going
going on in the background. You currently have a small white and red fox-like Pokemon that is playing some form of hide and seek with the other ghost Pokemon by waiting until they get just close enough and then teleporting to another part of the secret base and letting them do the same thing over and over again. And then currently you see a Charmander and a Tinkatuff taking turns walking over and stepping on the foot of a Gabite and just dumping things into its mouth.
My Pokemon are always entertaining.
Cleanup crew.
Altogether charming.
I'm even putting the scarf on the way you described it, Yari.
Oh, thank you.
I looked up Dawn's Platinum Sprite just
Yeah,
for this.
It's a good sprite. It's such a good sprite.
I prefer Coke myself, but you know.
Is Pepsi okay?
No.
No,
Never is.
no, it's not.
Has never
Is
been.
Monopoly money okay?
I love that.
I'm from the UK. We're used to it.
Is Coke okay? Is Monopoly money okay? That's a comedian. A comedian did that. I don't remember who said it, but I remember.
I don't
hearing it
remember
before.
who either, but I've heard the joke before.
I have heard that one, yeah.
So with this nice sort of idyllic, like fun sort of mood compared to everything else that's going on that happens.
The Pokemon are having a good time. The people.
I've been having a pretty good time.
It's-
I'm
look.
reinventing myself and all.
It
Well,
is-
And that's the one thing you don't. I'm not even gonna make Gray roll for this. That's the one thing you can sort of pick up is like So is doing really good at being like host right now, and everybody else in the room is very much, oh, the world is ending.
Oh, so
Oh.
I'm feeling some tension here. Did I come in at a bad time?
Well, you just missed Darkrai, who stopped in for a minute.
Oh, not again! This always happens.
You didn't want to be here.
Wait, hang on, stop.
No,
wait,
I
wait,
think
wait.
I kind of did.
Wait, hang on, one second.
Again?
Sorry, was that a legitimate? Was that? Well, you weren't being sarcastic.
No.
How many times has this happened to you? That you've come to
I
a
always-
place and Darkrai was
Uh-huh.
there before you and just happened to leave before you got there?
Well, it was only Darkrai a couple of times, but just like every single time some legendary Pokemon shows up, I get there like 1 minute, 2 minutes later. I mean, how long after it left did I come? Did I knock on the door?
Like 2 minutes.
We've got a lead on
Always
finding you.
something.
We just ask him where he's going and we go there first.
Mm-hmm.
If we can weaponize this, you don't have to worry about Hoopa showing up.
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere that he hasn't been first.
I mean, yeah. If it works out, it'll be the first time. I literally always miss it. I've come this close to seeing some legendary figure.
And
Like,
suddenly understanding a lot more about why you're here.
I mean, I want to help, but if in the process I got to see somebody really cool, that'd be pretty neat. But I don't know. I think I'm cursed. I'm not counting on it even. But if it did.
Right. So, anyways, right now we're waiting to see if we can. So, long story short, everything that I sent you, that's in the text, is accurate. We are currently working on trying to find ways to deprogram psionic kill switches from people that the absolute batshit insane current leader of Team Magma is planting in innocent people in order to make them work for Team Magma, so that we can rescue a bunch of kids from Sinnoh that got recruited into Team Magma and have been getting shuffled around against their will but can't leave because they'll be killed if they don't. That's the situation we're dealing with right now. And the only plan that we've got, unless you've got something new, is to disguise ourselves as Team Magma Grunts, sneak in and get them out however we can.
If you have something new, you'll be my hero.
So we're sneaking. They've been captured.
They've been recruited against their will.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
Except that they can move around on their own because they'll just die.
They've been unwillingly made willing.
They have a bomb in their heads.
At risk of their head exploding.
If they don't cooperate, their head will explode, yeah.
Which I will add is worse because none of them know about it.
Yeah.
They don't know? So why are they
They're
cooperating?
scared of Courtney anyway.
Because
Just because they don't know what exactly will happen to them.
Courtney's terrifying.
They know something will happen to them.
I mean, I could if I came into contact with one, I could try to heal one.
Heal how?
I don't know if it would work.
You do photography.
Yeah, but I do other things.
Heal in what way? You're
like what?
medically trained or?
No, like I did the kind of.
Okay. I am an aura. I use aura to fight people. That one has psychic powers, and that one shoots electricity out of his ass occasionally. Don't be vague. What do you do?
You haven't seen my ass yet.
Yet?
I don't know. Maybe he's really nice. It doesn't make me. If you don't, would you consider not going undercover for my ass?
I
will absolutely whore myself out.
One, don't do that. Second, two, I mean, unless you really want to, but two, I joined the Pokemon Rangers to help people and Pokemon. I'm not going to stop.
I know.
Y'all seem like really good friends.
Thank you.
We're a dysfunctional bunch, but we work together well. For what little we've worked together so far.
So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of bomb you're talking about, but if you want me to try a little healy-dealy automobile, I can,
Try your healing thing on me, and let's just see what it is that you do. And maybe we can figure out if that can work.
Okay, you want me to fix something, or you want me to stop something from happening?
I don't know. Do I need to be hurt for you to be able to do your healing thing?
Depends.
Mercedes, we need you to hit something.
Oh boy.
I can just...
Rapidly approaching footsteps.
Yep. That Tinkatump that you saw absolutely obliterate that Gabite's foot comes running over at Mach 5 and is just right by Ramon when that is said.
Ramon, there are much safer ways of doing that aren't going to result in me accidentally hurting your Tikaton. And accidentally hurting Mercedes.
Don't punch back.
I could just literally cut myself with Murasame.
Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to make it happen less, or do you want me to fix it after it happens?
These are options.
Yeah.
Make it
Turn
happen.
down my alarm clock.
Make it happen less, and I'll look over Annabella with hopefully like Annabella. Can you watch what happens?
She is. As soon as he mentioned that he started doing the hand wavy thing. She is
Make it hurt less,
watching.
and then we will let Mercedes hit me.
Okay. Oh wow, I don't know how to flavor this. Come to think of it.
However you want.
Yep.
However I want.
For the player certification, magic exists in the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
Magic
Yeah.
literally
Just-
exists in the Pokemon universe.
Part
Okay.
of life.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pull on my vape,
Most
and I'm gonna.
most Kanto channelers, as far as I'm aware, like lore wise, are like they function like Shinto priests to a degree, if that helps you at all.
But also, you don't have to limit yourself
No,
to that.
do
You
whatever
don't
you
have
want.
to. I'm just giving you
Right.
a framework for Kanto. Yeah.
Some ideas. Yeah. Gosh, I should have thought about this. It just didn't occur to me to. Yeah, I'm gonna. Hell, let's lean into it. I'm gonna take a pull on my vape. I reserve the right to change this later, but for now,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, all right. It has to be somebody within 5. It has to be somebody within 5 meters. So
Yeah.
like,
The
that's.
smoke has
I mean,
to be able
that-
to reach that far.
Yeah, I mean, 25 feet, maybe a stretch, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
know. Those
so,
vape people are
Magic
crazy.
is a thing. Don't worry too
So
hard.
it drifts that way, and yeah, let the damage thing happen. Don't go too hard, maybe, but
So what's the ability you're using?
I'm just using the base stage ability right now.
Which
Which
feature are you
Oh,
using?
it allows that Sage could use it on an ally, gives a damage reduction equal to my adult
Your
occult
adult education.
I tried to say occult and education at the same time and said adult,
Okay.
that means something different where I come from. But occult education rank doubled, or their tick value, whichever's higher for a full
Okay.
round.
So what's your occult education rank?
My occult education rank is on
How many dice do you
Different
have in
screen.
occult education, basically?
I'm expert adult. Yeah, five dice. I'm expert in occult education.
So that's
would be
10
10.
DR
10
10,
DR,
unless my tick
and your
damage-
tick would not be enough.
My tick is 9, so yeah, no, that would be 10 DR. So yeah, then I will get 10 damage reduction from whatever hits me next.
Uh-huh.
If you want to have Mercedes make an attack against me.
I definitely do. Oh, I can't roll it because it's a damage base 4. That's 1d8 plus 6 plus
1d8 plus
18, it
6
says.
plus.
If you just
Attack,
click,
yeah.
if you click so in the moves list on the Pokemon sheet, if you click, if you hover your mouse over the like type icon, it'll change to a dice roll, and you can just roll it without having a target.
I'm just typing it in.
First, it's a D20 to hit me, but
Oh,
I mean, depends
Well,
if you're letting it happen.
yeah, we'll assume I'm not dodging it, but it would have missed. But 26, we'll say it hit anyways. So 26 minus 10, minus my own defense, physical defense of 10, so minus 20. I would have taken 6 damage. So yeah,
So the vapor kind of almost solidifies in front of where the hit would have happened, and like it breaks apart, but whatever.
but it softens it.
But yeah, whatever hit it is, it's like something hits you, but it had to go through a wall first.
So yeah, like I don't know if you want to describe how Mercedes looks throwing the hammer, but I know what it looks like when I get hit. If it only took 6 damage.
She just do plain and simple.
So yeah, she
So-
Because you are an ally. She's not actually trying to kill you.
so
She just likes
runs-
to hit things.
runs forward, swings the hammer at chest level, and then it hits the smoke, bursts apart, and then it hits so doesn't even move. Just
Yeah, it's like you
Huh.
felt it, but like
Mercedes-
you didn't feel very 26 about it.
no. I took 6 instead of 26.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes considers this, turns to Gray, and nods.
I have a bruise. What can you do on the healing side of things? I've got a bruise now. He says, pointing at his chest.
Um,
And Yara,
I will
and
say-
Annabella, did you get what that was?
Not something I've personally seen before. She's gonna make an occult education herself.
I'm also going to make
Yep.
an occult education roll.
Yep. Anybody who wants to can.
Yeah, 24.
I don't think I
20.
occult educate. I don't
Okay.
occult educate.
Really high education like that. Yeah. So channelers are a thing. Sages are a thing.
mhm.
Healers are a thing. There's a number of different reasons or ways that could have been done. You're not certain which that is.
I imagine
And it doesn't look like anything you've encountered.
mechanically, I like to imagine channelers at the very least are similar to aura guardians because they
Yes.
channel aura. I don't know what
Mhm.
sages do though.
Sages are the healer class.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
They're
They're the
the
opposite.
cleric.
They're the opposite of hex maniacs, basically.
Effectively,
it-
they're
it-
anti-hex
It
maniac.
specifically says that in the descriptor.
Yes.
Like
They're
the
the
other
priest.
side of the coin.
So then,
Exactly.
did Annabelle get anything more with the 24?
With the 24, that there's a you're not sure how you're seeing it, but there is a light like green ribbon of energy sort of going through everything he's doing. You're not certain what he is doing, but you're kind of picking up that the power source is definitely him, not the vape.
Mm-hmm.
And you've spent time around other occult individuals, and you recognize the works of a sage.
So what Grace sees is her hands are still focused mostly with the Grievard in her lap. But there is a book open on the table, and there is a pen moving on its own writing. And she's just got she's half glancing down at the pen.
Doing that thing where you're like, look,
Exactly,
the
yeah,
taking notes eyes.
Exactly. But the pen is Harry Potter style moving on its own.
So yeah, Annabella,
And that's neat.
did you hear what that was, Annabella?
I have an idea.
I recognize that it's mystical. I just don't know precisely what.
I not something I see often personally, but I believe the traditional term would be sage.
Are there any sages in Sinnoh, Julia?
There are a few. Yeah, you know a few. They're less on Myoji. And
Less what?
Onmyoji.
on
Shinto,
Myoji. They're
Shinto priest.
Shinto
Mm,
priests
mhm.
that technically were expert demon slayers as well.
Yeah, Onmyoji
but-
are the that's what the channelers in Kanto are like as well. They are
Yeah.
Onmyoji are they are priests that exorcise demons
Mhm.
by laying Hanafuda and seals on like in areas and praying and channeling the natural forces of the world around them into combating the demons.
She actually pulls out one of her
Cleanse tags?
cleanse tags and goes, I do have a little bit of understanding of how they generally work. I use a little bit of their theory in making these, but it's very basic. A lot more common in Kanto and Johto.
Oh, well, I'm from Kanto.
Thought I picked up that accent. And you hear a combination of the Hoennian dialect and Pelosian from Annabella.
So there's just a slight French accent.
French accent, yeah.
Oh,
And is there? I don't. Is there a certain accent I need to be working on? Because I can't
No,
need to.
no.
It's why I don't even do a French accent. Don't worry about it. It's just
the American translation of the Cantonian accent is Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Joey Wheeler is from the equivalent of the Kanto region in real world Japan, Kansai.
Yeah, Kansai. Well, I mean, Kanto is a region in Japan.
That it? You know what? You're completely correct.
Yeah. But it's not. But Kansai is where the Brooklyn accent comes from. I was just making a joke because of
Oh yeah.
Giovanni and Ash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can help with that.
That's actually quite useful.
What about the?
Yeah, it's come through in a pinch before.
What about the healing side? You said you could heal too. I'm injured now.
Yeah, but not that bad. I mean, I could do it, but like,
Is this something you have a limited? Well,
you know, more than a couple times a day, it just takes a lot out of me.
Well,
like,
hopefully not going to get into another fight today. This is mostly just so we can figure out what it is that you're doing.
Oh yeah, what point of the day are we? Like,
It's afternoon.
it's afternoon.
Yeah, it's like around. It's between 2:30, 3 o'clock at this point.
This is one of those things I just feel like I'm gonna like use it, and then we're gonna need. You know what? Let's go for it. I'll What's the action economy on this?
If it's what I'm thinking it is,
Another standard action.
it's not limited.
Well, it's a standard action.
Yeah.
And it's you have to be adjacent. Okay. So what you've got like you got hit with a hammer. You've got like a nice little welt on your torso.
Chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's under his clothes, but yeah.
Okay. I mean,
There was a satisfying thud sound.
a satisfying thud. Unfortunately, there won't be a satisfying visual. It's under his clothes, but I go.
Feel free to grope
Well,
Sam
there
all
will
you
be if
want.
we take his clothes off.
Oh, imagine. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to remove your shirt.
Okay, if you ask So to take his shirt off, he will. He's that kind of himbo.
Okay. But honestly, like, if people need to see what's happening, this is probably the better thing, anyways.
There's a nice sort of rounded, square-edged bruise just directly in the center of So's chest. Mercedes has a really nice grin on her face.
Very pleased.
Taking his shirt off, you can see that he also has it harder to see because of all the stuff on. He's got a large like contiguous like cloud tattoo that goes up his other arm. So his right arm that's mostly covered by his clothes and stuff. You can see the tattoo on his left arm seems to be. You wouldn't be able to identify it unless you made like a general ed roll or something, but it's of a similar design to the Diamond Clan symbol on his hip cape, and then there's, underneath the bruise is rather on top of just a large scar that goes from his left shoulder to his right hip.
Jenad rolled a 5. Like, hey, really digging the ink.
With a 5, yeah.
Um,
On some sort of it's Sinnoh in nature, but otherwise.
Okay.
He's actually got a lot of scars on his right arm as well. On both arms, really.
That's what you get for living in the woods.
He's got lots of scars,
Um,
and he's ripped
And the
to hell.
mountains.
I get a little more spiritual about this. And I reach out and I touch the area that's been damaged, and it just kind of like faint glow just where I'm touching, and it just kind of shrinks away, and I might have there's that heals more than way more than what you got.
What is it?
Damaged.
Are you using Blessed Touch?
Yeah.
It
So
heals.
that goes away.
It heals a fourth.
Quarter of your total.
Oh yeah, yeah. That heals 24.
geez.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that heals, and I might have accidentally gotten rid of like a little scar or two as well. Sorry.
Some of the more recent ones.
Yeah.
Some of those I hadn't set in. Yeah.
Yeah. Something.
One of the bites from the crocodile or something.
Just kind of clears up a little bit. Like, oh well, okay.
Oh man, I worked hard on those.
Just picks
Ta-da!
up the gibble.
So yeah, that happens, and I open my eyes again and go, "You're welcome."
Now, that is more what I'm used to hearing about how it's done.
Having felt it more directly, do I have an idea of what's going on better?
Yeah, that's channeling. That's aura
Okay.
of a sort.
Yeah.
Not the same. He's manipulating it differently than you do.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, because of the description, it would feel the same way. It would feel more similar to Annabella's powers, just in a weird inverse.
Yeah, because that is a sage power that does that.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
Okay.
so yeah, if you're hurt, if you're affected by something, I can maybe fix that. I don't know if I can fix a brain bomb, but I can try.
Maybe you could help.
Like-
Maybe I don't know. This is aura. At least from what it feels like to me, it feels like aura. Which wouldn't interface with which would not interface with the bombs, but you might be able to help the people working on it if we'll have to wait until Latios and Latias get back before we can do we know when
back.
We don't have a time limit on when we're going to do the infiltration.
They were
right?
here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, sorry. They're going to go try to find Mew.
See,
If
I
you
missed
hang around long
everything.
Well, if you hang around long enough, they will be back.
Darkrai also
Or else I
might
will be
back
very
with-
amused by how you managed to miss them.
Alternatively, Darkrai did
Mhm.
say he might be back soon with
Yeah,
possibly Cresselia.
or Corselia might just show up. So starts putting his clothes back on. But yeah, when they get back, we'll have them take a look at you and see if maybe that would help. Because if you could help them, then that would be enough of a boost.
Oh wow. Yeah, if I can.
We don't have any ability to reinforce people like that. So
To reinforce people.
healing to help them.
Oh, but
It was an actively
I'm sorry,
damaging.
I misunderstood what.
Yeah, restoring, fixing it was an actively damaging prospect for them.
Mm-hmm.
The best I could do is put them to sleep, which doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Waiting.
But even if they've got a condition, I can work with that.
We'll see.
Mhm.
That
No,
actually,
you,
quite genuinely, that
actually-
might be of great help. Actually.
Oh, that would be
Um,
massive, actually. Possibly.
And I, the player, don't necessarily know what aura versus something else you were talking about. I don't know what that means, but
So-
psionics, all the psychic, telekinetic kind of
Mhm.
How you
Mhm.
access
side
it?
of things.
the difference between psionics and aura is
Mhm.
the same difference between arcane magic and divine magic in D&D.
It's
Okay.
just a different power source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have perception checks from everyone, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
All right. I'm decently
Could I use
perceptionful.
my intuition for it? Is this something that my
Yeah.
hang on, let me
Yes.
remember what the feature is. Is it Aura of Life? Yeah. Would my Aura of Life help with this?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll still be able to hear. I need to step away for a brief moment.
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll be a
Be right
20
back.
for me then.
So Ramon, So, and Gray. The three of you. This conversation is happening, and just by happenstance, you happen to look over in the corner, and during any part of your conversation, and Darkrai is standing in the corner. A
Well,
bright
back.
crimson handprint across his face.
I'm sorry if I caused that.
You didn't.
Well,
She's
just
willing to
says-
help. You.
Do we have to?
I am remembering correctly. You gained someone else.
Yes, as Eric has stepped away while Darkrai returns, which is hilarious.
It's okay.
You,
Oh,
you've
Odd
got your
imitates
cup
life.
of color back. If
I will gesture towards Gray, who is still with us.
I just saw your zoom.
Yeah. Just the
Uh,
camera streak.
She is willing to help. Give her a couple of hours. She will be here.
I mean, we have to wait for the others to get back anyways, so no rush. Are you okay?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that'll clear up in a minute.
I forgot it didn't occur to me the implications that I hit mute when I stepped away. So I was like, yay, I can still hear that I tried to talk.
You're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the beautiful irony of you stepping away and Darkrai appearing.
fantastic.
Let's see,
Truly.
Gray.
There is a roughly almost 8-foot tall figure in the corner. Long white hair. Black clothing from head to toe. Very thick black makeup around the eyes. A long pendant with a blackened moon dangling around their neck.
Yep. Absolutely.
We're just gonna record this entire thing.
I have to this is
I have to prove that I saw it.
I have to document this for posterity for myself, if nothing else. And I am a chronicler.
My own posterior.
So my question is do you want to use your chronicler feature?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What archive are you putting?
I have the profile archive, which can be records of Pokemon and trainers. Not like I don't know if that'll come into play for this, but it just stands to reason that this would be happening right now.
Yeah.
This is a monumental occasion in my 29 years on this planet.
Sorry, any viewers that suddenly got a spike of sound. That was a Pokemon Fusion Generator website making noise. I'm trying to I'm trying to update Murasame's sprite, which I made using a fusion and then color correcting it. And now I'm trying to fix that. So.
But
And how
Hi.
do you fit into this equation?
Well, that's what we were. I want to help however I can.
he volunteer in the communication that you eavesdropped on. You don't have a phone, do you?
No.
How did you pick up on that? Just out of curiosity.
I have my ways.
Is it a thing where anytime anyone mentions your name, you know about it ways, or did you steal someone's phone? I'm genuinely curious, just as a ranger.
Arceus, no. If I knew every time someone name dropped me, I would go insane.
Yeah.
No. He will reach into a pocket and pull out a ball of lightning just rapidly flailing around in his hands.
Ramon wants to figure out what that is. What education can I?
You can give me either tech or Pokemon.
Is it a rotom?
Oh yeah.
May I roll occult?
Aw,
Yes.
I rolled
Yep.
6 dice.
Oh, can I roll a cult?
Yeah, anyone can.
Another 25. Oh, 3 6s. God damn.
14.
You all recognize a Rotom when you see one. You just generally don't see it outside of its shell. Usually their own life force is keeping them in a form, so that they're just not everywhere.
Right.
It
It's
looks
just
like
even
this
without the
Darkrai
face
has
bit
is
on
just
the base form.
holding the essence of a Rotom
I see.
Frantic notes.
and just grips. It changes the way he's gripping it, and it forms into a sheet of glass that then displays like a phone
So you have a phone. And
in a way.
And Professor Oak has your
Ramon
number.
reaches over and writes something in Annabelle's notebook because it's the paper that's at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly. I have been monitoring communications. I have specifically been searching for myself being discussed in an application like this.
Yeah, no, I get it. Fair. I just don't. To be completely transparent, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to watch what I was saying so that I didn't cause you more discomfort. Because so is doing his Pokemon Ranger thing. He's like, I don't want to bother you if saying your name makes you aware of it.
Well, and on top of that, like at its core, yes, this is a deity standing in front of you, but it's a Pokemon.
Exactly. That's why. That is 100%. That's why So is able to maintain his calm, because it's a legendary Pokemon. Yes, it's still a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Push comes to shove, you could throw that bitch in a ball.
Well, no, my responsibility is to him as well. Like, Rangers exist to serve humans and Pokemon. Him too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess while we're waiting, if you need anything, we are at your disposal. Or at least I am.
I think all our mugs are dirty though.
I will.
There have
clean
been a lot of
mugs.
visitors.
Well, what's left?
Oh, I'm pretty handy in the kitchen.
Latios did wreck several of them. Most of them, all of them.
Still hate that I missed that.
It
Oh,
was
he'll
a
wreck some
stressful
more.
time for everyone involved.
No, I don't believe there's anything that you can offer me. And he walks, but has he makes no sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of.
You said there's
glide walks and just sort of descends into a beanbag.
A beanbag?
Mm-hmm.
We have several beanbag chairs.
Oh,
Yes.
Gotcha. Yay. You said there's a red hand mark.
Like he got slapped.
Yeah, like he got
slapped.
He got slapped in the face by Casselia, is
Yeah.
our assumption.
And it's slow. It's gone to pink at this point instead of the
Okay.
fire truck at red it was when he came in.
Any idea why he got slapped?
Is that you, the player, or are you the character?
Be the character. Why it got slapped?
Dark
Sorry.
Ryan,
Not
Dark
particularly
Ryan
wanting to
Cresselia.
speculate, but I have ideas.
Dark Ryan and Cresselia don't get along.
See, I wouldn't know these things.
Circle takes the square.
What does that mean?
He got it correct.
They are from my homeland.
Oh.
It's just a gesture.
They represent opposed idea. They represent opposed domains, as it were.
Opposite sides of a coin.
Exactly.
And my sister is not very accommodating.
I feel that.
Oh,
So
I
says,
lean over.
thinking about his own sister.
I'm like, well, better shoot my shot. I leaned over onto the beanbag. I'm like, do you need some? And I hold up my hand to, like, symbol the mark. Do you need any help with that?
I won't say no. Let me see what you can do.
I don't want to accidentally heal a beanbag.
You won't. You don't have to
Okay.
worry about targeting and stuff when we're not like in an active. If there's not a grid on the floor, don't worry about spacing. You can just say you're.
All right. I'm gonna do what I did a moment ago.
Ask him to take
Like,
his shirt
this
off.
is my chance. I want to make. Will you
No.
take your beanbag off,
I
please?
don't.
And I'm not saying he is like
think
he is
he's
in
sitting
full.
in
Yeah,
it.
he's sitting in it. He just sort of
As much as
descended
a
himself into
Oh,
it.
creature made
like,
out of darkness can.
I really thought you meant ghosted into the beanbag and was
Oh no,
like
he's
just
no,
kind
literally
of
just
making
sat-
home in the beanbag.
There is a Darkrai on a beanbag.
Yeah. Well, specifically,
I
it's
visualized that
human form.
completely wrong.
Yeah, he's in his human form.
Okay.
Oh right, yes.
I very in an active point to not look aggressive, reach my hand out. Ooh, what does my hand look like up against the hand mark?
So, the first thing
Larger?
you notice, your hand is much smaller than hers,
Okay.
and you're assuming potentially not in complete human form. Something else, you're not sure, but
Okay.
these fingers would have, if like just pressed against where the palm hit and then wrapped around, could have grabbed the entire face.
Okay. So yeah, I put my hand in the center of that, and I do my thing one more time, and it's like, okay, I've only got one more, but gosh darn it, I'm going to make a good impression. So, does anything happen?
Yeah, so the first thing you notice is you generally have like a soft, almost mintish color to some of the light that shines on out of your magic, and this is just pure white against his skin. But very rapidly that bruise disappears, and you notice several other smaller cuts around his face just closing up. Not bad. Not bad.
Thank you. Yo, this is the best day ever. This is the best day ever.
Two different reactions in this the secret base.
Glad you're having fun.
Ramon, your phone buzzes.
I will absolutely check that fucker.
It's Steven.
Oh. What's Steven got to say?
So how's your day going?
Is this a trick question?
Word for word.
It can only go up from here.
Positive. We like this.
Rowan definitely smiled when he saw that it was
Um,
finally from somebody he was interested in talking to.
Very quick response. Like you go to set the phone back down and it buzzes. Does that mean you've hit rock bottom and you need a hand up? Or just a little too much for one day?
Oh, well, I got signed up to be in Professor Oak's army, and then the Nightmare King crashed at our base, and all of our mugs are broken. And I'm really tired.
Yes, most importantly.
So there's a minute before you get another text message, but you will get back. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't know Professor Oak had a personal standing army. That seems like an issue. And potentially something to discuss with the league here. But we will handle that as that goes. And I'm sorry, did you just say Darkrai crashed in your secret base? And where are your coordinates?
Yeah, and I think he's waiting for Cresselia to show up.
He knows where we're at. He's
Because
been
he
here.
doesn't. He's not acting like he's gonna leave.
Stone knows where we're at. He's been here.
I'll send the share your location.
Oh, good, you haven't moved.
This is where you ask him to come over, Jack.
Only bad things have been happening here.
That's why you need your supportive boyfriend.
Yeah, no, he's just staring at his phone right now. Not entirely sure what to do.
You okay, Ramon?
Who died?
That Darkright's a little intense. Just gonna. You okay, Ramon?
Yeah. I'm going to respond. I would not say no to backup.
You don't get anything back.
Then I'll put my phone away.
All right, now that's all sorted. Are we just waiting for Cresselia, or is there something we can
I mean,
put in motion?
we can't do anything until we know that. We can't do anything until we know that we're not walking these people to their deaths.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to have a plan to undo the kill switch before we can do anything else. So we're waiting. And I guess we can do some training if anyone wants to. If anyone thinks some physical exercise would take their minds off things, they can lead us in a round of training.
You guys can get your experience training in for the day.
Yeah.
It might. Ramon is still thinking about his phone.
Come on, Ramon, you too. I will drag Ramon into doing some physical training.
How Lucha and Mercedes will both help.
I'll do some training.
Great. So assesses and assigns physical workouts based on the physical capabilities of the people involved, which largely for Ramon ends up being squat walks, which is where basically you walk while squatting, which looks really awkward, but is good for building up your leg strength.
Oh, I know. It's just torture.
Yeah.
In the
but
meantime.
But it doesn't require lots of heavy lifting. It's just lifting yourself slowly.
So Annabelle will politely decline the physical training, being the stringy that she is. And she's actually gonna take a bit of a walk, just kind of get some fresh air.
And we'll put Gray on whatever seems appropriate for Gray, and then himself, he's just going to end up doing handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
With probably
something ridiculous.
Yeah, handstand push-ups probably with one or more Pokemon on his feet.
Fair.
To provide
And
extra weight.
those claps in between.
Yeah.
Just to make it weirder.
Handstand push-up with the claps.
Just to make it more
Okay.
anime protagonist.
I'm like, okay, I said I'd do some physical training, but like, what am I getting myself into?
Look at the form, the execution. I'm here for this.
So always takes his shirt off when he does his exercises. So he's just getting you're seeing every muscle in high definition.
He
put it on earlier.
He put it back on.
Oh. Okay.
But yes, Annabella is going to take Crowley and Duquette with her. For reference, that is the Brevard, and there is a Dartrix going around. The mid-level form of Rowlet. If you don't remember which one Dartrix is, Eric.
He probably has his probably Hime and Hestia, like Hime on one foot and Hestia on the other. So a little Charcadet, and a little Hisuian Zorua. Oh, one on each foot, providing extra weight.
Yeah. Annabella will leave the rest of her Pokemon there. If they want to train, or just hang out. She's actually going to try another attempt at finding that Pokemon she was trying to find before she almost drowned.
Brillish, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So as the group
safely on land this time.
As the group all divides themselves between Pokemon exploration and some physical exercise while they're waiting for potentially other legendaries to show up, that's where we will take our break. Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. We will be back in just a few minutes after these commercial messages.
we're back. A dinosaur story.
A Tyrantrum story. Okay, so as you all are doing your physical training, about just as you guys are wrapping it up, Ramon, everything hurts.
Did Annabella find that Pokemon?
We'll get to that
Just
in
like
just
my
a second.
soul.
Cool.
And Annabella, you will also see this, but as So claps you on the back after your last rep, you take a breath and look up into the sky, and a Metagross is descending. As Stephen Stone, way different game now, guys.
Wrong
Cross
universe.
universe.
Uh,
We're getting real
Steven-
exciting with this.
Stephen Stone steps off the back of the Metagross.
I'm going to walk over there and just. I'm going to give him a hug.
I will raise a hand in greeting. Yo.
We have not established that we just hug, but I need one, so I'm doing it.
Yeah, so you wrap your arms around him. He's well, and just hugs you back. I don't know the context of this, but it's obvious that you need it. So as long as you need to.
Sorry that he's so sweaty.
Darkrai's inside.
I hadn't noticed. Excuse me?
The base.
You just left the King of Nightmares in your base.
I mean, I did not want to just sit in the kitchen silently and awkwardly until something happened.
That is fair. Exercise definitely gets your brain flowing. Are you too sore for a walk?
No.
Okay.
Maybe, but he's saying no anyway.
All right, he will direct you away from the beach and just walk you through Moss Deep. Annabella, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. 5.
5, okay.
Not great.
Not great, Bob.
Nope.
In my headcanon, you're still being supervised by Ivysaur, just in case.
Yeah, she's near the water, but she's like a solid 2 steps back.
2 little vines, just waiting.
Yeah. She also has Dartrix with her, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eric. There is another Ivysaur in the party. Little tree.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting bigger now, though.
Medium-sized tree.
But despite the size, still a little tree.
You okay, Julia?
Chill.
Yeah, I just messed up on generating a thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Please continue to talk amongst yourselves.
Nobody.
So
says
with a 5, which is just about half as good as Annabella can get.
Mm-hmm.
You are walking along, and you're just not seeing anything. You don't know if it's that you're too close, like you're too far in, or maybe it's the time of day. It could be any number of things, but you're not directly seeing any Frillish. However, Dartrix has not broken eye contact with a spot in the water just beyond. Like there's a certain point that you can see into the water, and then it just sort of becomes murky and ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And they're staring just north of that, like just the tiniest bit.
Annabella looks at the cat and just goes, "What are you seeing?" And she'll kind of adjust to lean over to kind of look where he's looking.
And with his assist, you see just barely. You can see the outline more than you can see the Pokemon, but you can see a number of tentacled figures moving together underneath the water.
Yeah, she's not. This could still be a couple of different Pokemon, but she'll try to test if it is the Pokemon she's looking for with.
Surely no one
because,
would bring up Tentacruel.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Tentacle. It's probably Tentacle. But she'll kind of just go, "Hello? Can you understand me?"
You
Because,
hear back a chorus of voices responding. You don't know how many, but they're all sort of blurring together. And you can hear male and female voices responding, but they all just in unison say yes.
Okay, so you are a ghost type. They are ghost types, whatever they are. I don't mean to hurt. I'm not trying to hurt you or anything. If you'd like to show yourself.
There's a flash of movement next to you. As you see Phase, about 10 feet away from you, a pink jellyfish-like Pokemon floating in the air, looking at you.
There's a moment where she just like her body snaps back, which is kind of out of shock, but not as much as you'd think out of someone so timid. And she just tilts her head curiously. Hi there.
Hello.
I was wondering if one of you would like to come join me.
Why?
I'm always curious about new ghost types, and you would be useful in the dealing with the problems I have to face.
What kind of problems?
The group that were trying to make the land expand a few years ago have returned, and in a much more dangerous form. And a water type like you would be more than perfect.
Go ahead and give me a charm roll.
Cool. That's why I can't find that. That's Duquette's sheet, not mine. And elemental connection, so I get a +2 to this. 8.
How would I be helpful?
Well, you're You are. First of all, you are beautiful, by the way. But
Let me roll something real quick.
playing to playing to nature, accidentally. But a group as dangerous as them that focus on types that you are good against. Plus, I have a bit of a passion for ghost types, and well, I'll be honest, I've already tried once trying to find one of you, and I'm not exactly planning to give up.
Giving up isn't preferred. But it is how we come
I'm
here.
learning. What was that last part, sorry?
But it is how we get here.
So those stories are true to some extent.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
Me double checking for Lish lore, because I forget if that's how they are. Okay, no. No, okay. I thought they were, like, I thought they had a super dark backstory. I forgot they didn't. Okay. Ignore that part.
Given the amount of Pokemon that do, it's not
Especially
surprising.
ghost types.
I mean, you can give me a Pokemon education roll
Yeah.
to know
What she's trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17.
17. So the first thing that you're like the first thing that pops off into your mind while you're recalling like that sentence pulls up the Pokedex page in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, the Frillish should not be here. Because usually they're found deep where light can't penetrate. And they have inspired a lot of siren myths by dragging their prey into the depths. Because while those tentacles look like really nice ribbony things, they're lined with spines. And Frillish is a thing of beauty and nightmares.
Yep. I don't know if you're planning to bring me down with you.
It was considered. But I don't think you're food. Yes.
So what would that make me if you don't consider me food?
Companion.
There's a small smile. And she'll just hold out a Pokeball in her hand as it just gently floats above her palm.
Yeah, they reach out and wrap a tentacle around it and are just pulled into the Pokeball. And I will pop this girl into your...
Yeah.
Not you, this one.
I finally have my full team. Or a full team.
Box, and then configure ownership to Yare owner. Same changes. Alrighty. Or I guess that should go into your party box.
Yes.
You have a full ghost team now.
I do.
Huzzah.
Or at least will once Duquette evolves, because technically not Ghost yet, but otherwise.
So and Gray. As
Yeah.
the two of you are finishing up your training, and Ramon and Steven have wandered off into Moss Deep proper, there's a bit of commotion coming from, because you guys, if I'm remembering correctly, you set your secret base into the beach, right?
Yeah. Hmm?
Okay. So there is a small rowboat, which the nearest island is a couple miles out. Not impossible, but very unlikely that a single passenger boat would be arriving here
I mean, unless it came from something
without.
nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. But as the boat moors onto the beach, the individual stands and begins walking out. A probably 6 foot tall woman, a long Hanfu style traditional Chinese dress in gold and purple, with a pink silk ribbon just sort of wrapped around her shoulders and going above her head. A night sky depicted within the gold of her dress as she walks towards the two of you, bright blonde hair up in a traditional style.
Being from Sinnoh, do I recognize this depiction as anything that I might have seen depicted before in scrolls and things?
Roll me a D100 real quick. I just
Sure.
want to... Something else.
Sure.
This will not detract, it will only add to.
33.
You've seen this person. You've seen this person before.
I have? Where
A
have I seen this
few
person?
times. You've caught them at festivals. You've caught them at family events. You've never been able to interact or meet them, and they've always just sort of been on the edge of the activity. They are a presence that demands a lot of focus and attention in this moment, but in every moment you have picked up on them being around you in the past, they seem ephemeral, almost barely touching in your memories, always just there on the edge, not really interacting with anyone. And it almost seemed a lot of times as if family would go to talk to her and then immediately turn and go the other way. But you do recognize, putting together the outfit and the events that are going on, you're looking at the moon goddess.
He sort of crosses his arms as she's assuming she's approaching.
Yes.
Cresselia?
One and the same.
Huh.
Kisa kiso.
Bows his head in greeting. Yeah. I'm putting together a lot of events from my past suddenly.
Nothing to worry about. And she walks right over to your secret base and just opens it.
Yep. I will motion a hand as my Rotom phone flies up and just have Rotom send a message to Anna and Ramon that Cresselia's here.
Annabella, you were walking back with your new Frillish when you noticed this person approaching so from a distance.
And then I wipe myself down with a towel, put my shirt back on, and head inside.
In the conversation, the walk it for the until the text is spent trying to work out a name for her.
Mhm.
I'm settling the name Coleridge, which is the name of Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who wrote Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Nice.
Love it.
But the text snaps her out of the brainstorming, just goes, "We should get back to the secret base. You are going to be caught up in a lot very quickly, and I apologize in advance."
As long as I can be of use.
You will absolutely be of use, I promise.
So as So and Gray, the two of you descending in, and Anna's walking towards the secret base at this point. As the two of you follow her in, when she hits that bottom step, you hear a movement. And when you finally descend into the whole way into the stairwell, Darkrai is on the other side of the room. Glad to see you're as accommodating as ever, brother. She says as she sits at the table. And 3, 2, 1. The door opens and Annabella starts walking in.
Did Cresselia do the 3, 2, 1?
Yes. Yeah.
Apologies if I'm... And she sees the person in the robe. And I take it you're a expected guest?
In the flesh. Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
One of you is missing.
2, technically. Ramon and Stephen Stone are also here.
Probably prefer best for Ramon's
I let them
mental
know.
state. Then it's his choice if he wants to make his way, I guess.
So I will ask off screen to give the choice for Jack to show up. Is Ramon returning to the secret base when getting that text, or is he fully leaning into the ignore it and it will go away?
He'll definitely check his phone. And I think he'll ask Steven if he wanted to meet with the dream duo. But if Steven doesn't want to meet them, he'll stay out.
You're really shaken up by this whole thing.
Yeah,
Look, it's not every day that you just meet a deity, and that's something that you kind of have to process. And on top of that, being inducted into I mean, you're an adult, but how many of those people that were called on are kids still?
no idea.
If May should only be about 15, 16, if she was included in that. I'm hoping she wasn't.
There were a lot of numbers.
Yeah. I was not on that list. Which, hey, good for you of being a higher status than me. Look at you.
No, I think he just thinks I'm more likely to sit down and take it.
Well,
Or he just knew that Stephen was already working on it.
are you going to sit and take it? Or are you going to rebel? You don't have to participate into a war you've been forced into. That's something I learned and had to tell people last time.
Yeah, but if I don't,
Yeah,
the
if
rest
you
of my life,
don't.
I'm going to be wondering how many people died who shouldn't have.
You want to know the really shitty thing about history?
There's lots of them, but go ahead.
Is that no matter what we do, there's always going to be people that needlessly die. I know we do our best to prevent it, but whether we're there or not, you can spend your entire life doing what ifs. Trust me, I have. It doesn't bring those people back. It doesn't. Your guilt should be detached from other people. And this is a decision on whether you feel comfortable doing this thing, and not whether you are yes or no for let's save the world. Because at the core of this, you've been voluntold to do a thing, and I'm trying really hard to make a good impression here, and I don't want to blow this, but I want to say you don't seem like the run-in, guns blazing type.
Ramon will laugh at that. It's because I'm not.
And you don't seem like... I'm not saying you're a coward by any means. Look what you've done already.
I'm a fucking mechanic.
And an artist.
Neither of those are your top demographic for a battlefield.
No. But cartographers and tacticians start out as people who do doodles.
I think I'm going to put my phone away, and I'm going to ignore all of it until earliest tomorrow at lunch.
Do you want to, like, instead of... I have
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And he will take you back to his apartment.
Nice.
I was gonna say he lives here.
Yeah. He says apartment, but when you get to the top floor of the building and he opens up the apartment, you very quickly realize this is just the entire top floor of this building.
Sounds about right.
And this is like one of those apartments that are like 10 by 10. So
It's the penthouse.
yes, it's
Oh, I was gonna say
massive.
he has a house in Moss Deep. He has a straight up house in Moss Deep.
Those
Yeah.
planets
In
do.
ORS.
Depending on how long would it take for them to get there?
Probably a 15-minute walk.
At about 10 minutes into the walk, Ramon
Mhm.
would get another text from So. That just says,
I think the phone is off.
yeah, I know, so it wouldn't necessarily matter. But another text is sent. Because when there's no response for 10
when it turns
minutes,
back on,
yeah, that just says, I'm trying to think of exactly how he'd word it. It's all right. You don't have to be involved. Because So is thinking that he's just going to be like, you don't have to come back, basically, is what So is thinking. Like, you can stay away.
you could just be done.
Yeah. Having no idea how that will impact Ramon's decision-making skills in the future, So is just trying to be nice.
So as he leads you into this apartment, I did have a house here. I just ended up giving it to my parents. Besides, and he pulls down a ladder and leads you to the top with a basically club set up on top of this apartment building. I want to say first, before any judgments passed, other people in the apartment building can access this area. It's not all just mine, but convenience.
I'm not sure that you could achieve the vibe by yourself.
True. Very true. And he'll kind of like look out at the horizon. What do you want to do for dinner? Because something tells me you're not going back to your secret base tonight.
Not if I've got somewhere else to stay.
He walks over to the bar out here, leans down, grabs a bottle of wine, pops the cork, and pulls out 2 glasses. I think we can stay in for the night. Back in the secret base.
Also, as a reminder to you, Julia, Ryoko is here.
Yes. Which they will stand up now that Cresselia is here. They will walk in, look at Cresselia, give a bow, turn, look at Darkrai, and just raise a hand and sup.
And for Eric's edification, as a description, Ryoko is slightly shorter than so, also wearing a modified but still obvious Pokemon Ranger outfit uniform. They have a capture styler on their left arm, similar hip cape to So, but theirs is red, and distinct Cantonian features as far as that you would be able to identify.
Sure. Okay.
Because they are from Kanto.
So, we've got 2 gods on your side. What's the plan?
Well, so Cresselia, how much did Darkrai tell you?
He told me that the team of you are attempting to free a bunch of individuals under mental locks and explosives.
So, human empowered, seemingly empowered by, hopefully empowered by, and has not just usurped, Hoopa, has been taking control of Team Magma in the region. And
Is that what those blips and interference are?
pardon?
And she will turn and look at Darkrai. You've noticed them, right? The interruptions within the dream space, the interruptions within our communications to... Did you not notice anything was different? Darkrai simply shakes his head. Never let it be said that I'm not the one who's more connected with our people. Yes, there's been blinking spots of interference going around consistently around Sinnoh over the past couple of weeks.
To be fair to Darkrai, most people are scared of him.
Right.
Yes. So the Hoopa, the person who is currently utilizing Hoopa's powers, has been taking people from all the regions and recruiting them into Team Magma under various forms of coercion, and has been, without their knowledge, ensuring their loyalty with kill switches, at least in some of their head. We don't know if they are in everyone's heads, but they were definitely in my sister's. And that,
If I remember what your sister said correctly, certain ones were bought in,
yeah,
not all of them.
no, not all of them, but many have been. Like there have been people
Mhm.
recruited from Sinnoh from as far out as Paldea, as far as we're aware. And
There, Kalos.
Yeah.
Basically everywhere.
Paldea's further away than Kalos. That's why, as far as
Yes.
but the psionic kill switch. Latios and Latias helped us remove it from my sister, and it took all of their strength combined, and it was not easy for them.
The Eon duo is no more.
No, they are still alive. They've gone to Mount Silver in search of Mew.
Some superficial damage, but they
Yeah.
seem to shrug it off.
Then they
But
used most of their power.
yes, our assumption at the moment is because of Hoopa's typing. It might require either a dark type or a psychic or a pure psychic type to unravel the things that to unravel the locks that they've placed on them more easily. Hence why we've been looking for you and Mew and Darkrai. We can't.
Well, good luck finding the prodigal daughter.
Where we are pulling every string we can possibly try to pull, because there are many people who need to be rescued, and we cannot rescue them without knowing that we'll be able to save them and not just assign them to an early grave.
I respect your position here. And I want to say this is not a situation that is easy. Are you wanting us directly involved outside of removing these?
I wouldn't ask anyone to put themselves in danger. The only thing that I cannot do myself is removing the kill switch. That's all we're looking
And
for help
you
with.
can't even guarantee that they can leave the base without knowing that this will
They can
alert
leave the
Courtney.
base. My sister was able to leave the base. We were able to help her here. But
Seems to be as long as Courtney isn't aware of the issue.
or at least isn't
The
aware of it
breach.
before the attempt to remove it is in
She would-
progress.
Yes, she would need to actively detonate the kill switch. Hence your brother's generous donation.
I did notice his clothing had changed.
It would be near impossible for me to be involved since she can already sense my energies.
And since ancient times, you and your brother and others have looked after us, so I hoped at least for the one point of favor of helping to undo what Hoopa's power has done to these people. We will rescue them, but we need to have a place where we can bring them where they can be healed.
I'll assist you on one condition.
Name it.
She stands up, walks over to you, and then her clothing shifts. She's basically wearing May's outfit,
quickly bringing it up so I can remember what
Yep.
this looks like.
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or Omega Ruby, May. So Ruby and Sapphire, I guess.
Yep.
And
It's the biker shorts and
Yeah.
bandana.
and her looks have gotten a little more youthful.
Yeah.
I want to be on the ground helping.
Any help would be appreciated. I don't see why I think we'd be stupid to say no.
I mean, that's your condition. I can't say no.
Oh, no, you most certainly can say no to me.
No, let me.
We are
clear.
not infallible beings.
Let me be clear. I cannot move in any direction that is not forward to helping people. And if the only way to move forward is to accept, then I accept. This isn't a condition on you. This is a condition on me.
You're going to bulldoze yourself into an early grave.
Maybe.
Which is why we reached out before he did it himself.
He just reaches up. He reaches up and puts 2 fingers on one of Murasame's hilts.
Mm-hmm.
There are people and Pokemon that need people to stand up for them, because no one else will.
A good quality to have. Don't let it get you killed.
I have no intention of it.
Well, yes. Usually no one goes in expecting to die unless that is your clear intent and goal.
Fair.
Darkrai sighs. I hate you and everything you're about.
Is that
If
aimed at me or Cresselia?
That's a Cresselia.
Cresselia, if I could wipe you off the face of this planet, I would. But unfortunately, we have been construed in the cosmic web to work together. I'm not changing my looks. But I will assist you.
My thanks.
And Cresselia just turns and sticks her tongue out at him.
All right. I would like to wait until Latios and Latios return so that they can at least go over with you what they've experienced, so you can have an idea of what we're looking at.
I've also sensed the kill switch, though the experience of trying to defuse it, I obviously haven't.
Yeah, specifically the diffusal, though if you can share that information at least.
Yes. I assume you have some sort of telepathic capability.
Yes.
She will. I give you permission to at least a short glimpse into my mind. And she'll picture the aura of the kill switch, the little crown around.
So you fire off that picture, and when your telepathy connects with hers, everybody sees Annabella take a step back, like from the force.
It would be purely Cresselia reading her mind.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Annabella is not telepathic herself yet, and it
Fair.
And it would, and I'm gonna say it's an allowance through the fact she has mind lock.
So, in contrast, then, as she reaches out, the psychic power you're feeling is alien. You're used to working around psychics. You know what that energy feels like. This feels completely different. If a normal psychic was this normal psychic powers feel like a broadsword compared to this. This feels like a scalpel. She has gone in, and instead of being invasive and wrapping over to find what she's looking for, like every other psychic you've encountered, it is needlepoint precision into the memory. Fascinating. Okay. Huh. Well, that's definitely going to be an issue. But I'm glad I know what we're looking for. And she just sort of looks over at Darkrai, blinks a few times, and he nods.
I don't suppose that gives you any insight into whether or not she's just using Hoopa's power or has consumed it.
Not from looking at it, I'd have to be able to be around it.
Oh.
So if I were to actually, once I am able to interact with one of these people who has a kill switch in their head, then I will know. I will know exactly what source it comes from.
Cool. Good to know. All right. Well, is there anything that we can do to make your stay with us more comfortable while we wait?
I would love a glass of tea.
I will get right on that.
Did you
And-
say the mugs were smashed?
Hopefully, Gibble hasn't eaten
Most
the
of
remaining.
them.
Hopefully, Gibble hasn't
Oh.
eaten the remaining mugs.
You managed to find a mug in the wreckage of the. I mean, most of it's clean. A lot of the
Mostly
damage
Gibble's
a lot of the damage that's still done with ceramic is on the counter. The floor is sparkling.
There's a very satisfied-looking Gibble in one corner.
And Charmander and
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon and Tinkatuff have been feeding him all of the broken.
Can I make a record of Cresselia?
You can technically make a record of all of the Pokemon that's just wandering around in here. If it,
Mhm.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
We will.
what was the new Pokemon, by
okay,
the
we'll
way,
list.
Yari?
Frillish, female.
It's pink.
The little ghost jellyfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pink one.
Yep.
Sadly, female means no Mr. Monopoly mustache, but it's fine. Female's fun. I like the siren idea. So
Annabella, as you get the kettle on, you feel your phone buzz.
she'll look down to Rose and go, let's have a look.
So you have two text messages. One is from I am forgetting her name because it's been 2.5 months. The
Yep.
girl you went on a date with. Asking what you're doing tomorrow evening.
You already went on a date with back in
Mauville.
Back in
Mauville.
Mauville. Yes.
And the second text message is from a number of unknown.
There's a glance over at Darkrai, just kind of seeing that same. Does it have the same like aura it gave off when Darkrai did, or is it?
No. It's this one is less like void script, and just like the unknown.
But still a script that shouldn't be on this phone.
Yeah, and that's just the contact. But the text message simply says, "Was not at Mount Moon. We'll keep looking."
or Mount
And that
Silver.
is where we're going to end. Or yeah, Mount Silver. We will keep looking, and that is where we'll end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I
Goodbye.